Shalom, everyone. I'd like to thank you for tuning in to another broadcast of Black and Healthy, Restoring Black America, here on YouTube and also broadcasting on the Country Living in the City page on Facebook. I am your host, Jawanda Smith, RN, Case Manager and Community Advocate. I wanted to speak to my community today concerning this uproar of the overturning of Roe versus Wade. Although I spiritually, I believe in the Holy Bible, so of course that would make me pro-life. But this channel is not to share any of my spiritual beliefs with you because that's not necessary for this conversation. What I do want to share with you guys is the history of Planned Parenthood and Margaret Sanger. There's been many research articles on her beliefs in eugenics, and they're stating that that's the reason why she's racist and everything else. Well, anyone who believes that they have the right to control life or death or community populations and so on and so forth, I really believe those people are evil because that is not uh, even conducive to anyone community to try to control the numbers. That does show superiority over another race. I don't care what anyone says. So I wanted to share a video with you guys from the FIC communication director. She wanted to give you some information. Although this video is from 2020, prior to the overturning decision, it gives a summary of Margaret Sanger as a racist, as a summary of her beliefs, and some of the things that she did. And it also points out some current legislature that's still going on because uh, there's still things in the works trying to overturn the decisions that were made by the Supreme Court by the Biden administration. So there still has to be an ongoing fight to continue to keep the legislation overturned. So let me share this video with you.
Hi, family, Institute of Connecticut supporters and friends. It's Christina Bennett, Communications Director. I'm here to talk to you guys today about Planned Parenthood of Greater New York. If you haven't heard, they recently announced that they are removing the name of Margaret Sanger, their founder, from the building in New York, from the abortion clinic. In addition, they actually want to remove her name even from the street because it's on a street sign. This is really surprising because Planned Parenthood over the past 100 years has never acknowledged the fact that Margaret Sanger was a racist. They never really come clean about that. And it's clear if you look at her history. She had a Negro project where she hired Black ministers to go into the community and to push birth control. She talked about African Americans, people of color, like they were weeds that should be pulled up from the ground. Margaret Sanger wanted immigrants and she wanted the disabled to go live on farms away from the rest of society. She pushed for sterilization and wanted birth control and a water supply. This woman, if you read her writings, she talked about having a large family as the greatest sin that anyone could commit. Very disturbed individual, but yet they have had Maggie Awards in her honor, and they've really held her up as a hero. But now, in a time of national reckoning, they want to distance themselves from her. I think that that is fine that they want to take her name off of the building. In a sense, it actually validates what we've been saying. It helps people to know that what we've been saying about Margaret Sanger is true. But if they're going to just stop there, which they are, and just take her name off the building, then what good does that really truly do? Yes, you've taken her name off the building, but you're still living out her mission. You're still living out her vision. And African American people, babies, are dying in the womb every single day at the hands of Planned Parenthood doctors. So
that portion is just to give you a summary of what Margaret Sanger believed.
fighting for pro-life pregnancy centers against negative legislation that's trying to silence them and accuse them of false advertising, which is not true. We have testified on their behalf. The executive director of FIC, Peter Wolfgang, has testified against extra Planned Parenthood funding, as Governor Ned Lamont has recently, just before everyone went into quarantine, was advocating for $2 million to go to Planned Parenthood because they walked away from their funding because of Trump's regulations, President Trump's regulations. And Peter Wolfgang spoke out against this, testified. I myself testified against this anti-pregnancy center bill. So there's a lot that you can do to be a voice for life. Women need to know where they can go for alternatives to abortion, and pregnancy centers are the place to go. So that's the news for today. God bless you guys.
Okay. And I also wanted to share one more thing with you, and I will post this in the description of below the video once I edit and put it there. I just wanted to share this journal article that was written by Charles Valenza. This is a JSTOR article, and it was says, "Was Margaret Sanger a racist?" And he makes points on both sides, basically, what she believed in reconstructing the political and social environment of the years between 1916 and about Margaret Sanger. Okay, I'm sorry. Margaret Sanger's first birth control clinic was opened in Brooklyn and promptly closed by the police and the early 1940s. It is important to remember that the ability to control one's fertility was the compasses examples of the egregious disparities between the haves and have-nots. So this article basically kind of gives a journalistic perspective on how she systematically went into the Black communities using the religious leaders, including Martin Luther King and W.E.B. Du Bois and some others. In this article, he mentions Kelly Miller, a eugenist and one of America's leading Black writers during the period. And he talks about that Kelly Miller was in opposition, but they wanted to bring up eugenics as some reason of science, like it was proven. Eugenics has always been looked at as a way to wipe out populations. So I don't understand the science behind eugenics other than it's a bunch of people proving that they're superior to others. So basically, that is my opinion. I do want the people of my community who seem to be the most boisterous about it being overturned, you need to consider that it was used a way to control our populations and to wipe us out. It has been documented that Margaret Sanger called us human weeds and stated that we needed to be weeded out of society, and that us having large families was a sin, and we should have been ashamed of ourselves for trying to have such large families and not being able to financially sustain. Well, that still exists today, but there's many factors that contribute to that, and it's not just the fact that we have children. My goodness. But that's the opinion of one woman who decided to become famous and got a bunch of other people to believe the same things that she believed. That is my opinion, and that is what I'm advocating for. If you want more information, I will also put in the description of the video information from the Planned Parenthood website that literally Corretta Scott King supported when she picked up the award that Planned Parenthood gave to mm, Martin Luther King for his his involvement with them in helping control the population of our people. How dare he and how dare her? That's how I feel. How dare a so-called man of God believes that he can control populations? It's against the Most High. So I feel free to comment. Please be respectful and follow the guidelines of YouTube. Um, I will tell you 9 times out of 10, I will report you, or I will just delete your comment and don't have anything to say to you because you cannot teach ignorance. Thank you. So that's all I have for you guys today. Take care of each other and take care of yourself. Until next time, shalom.